Now, I believe everything works to the good of individuals in their development, but I feel as if I lost a lot of moments that could have contributed to my development as a young man because I didn't always appreciate when things didn't play in my favor. And so Saban has something to where he says, don't waste the failing. Because oftentimes, what do we do when things don't go the way we want it to go? We throw the experience away, right? But we learn more in moments of defeat than we do when we get the victory. Because when you get the victory, nobody can tell you nothing. But when you lose, you listening, right? And so every single day, I start my day off with quote cards. And I was reading through them this morning, man, and I wanted two that would resonate. And so the first one reads, the task is to recognize that you are uniquely special. You have something to give, some talent no one else shares in quite the same way. And the second one reads, wherever you stand, be the soul of that place.
Quarterback.
So, y'all been twins your whole life?
Yes, sir, exactly. Pretty much. Built-in best friends. Yeah.
Finish each other's sentences?
Yep. Basically, talk the same, like the same things, do everything together. So, yes, sir.
But opposites. How'd that come about?
I mean, I think all our life, Destin played quarterback, so I've been always on the defensive side, holding it down. So I played defense, offense, play a little bit of everything back in the day, but we are different.
Yeah.
And what about the decision to come here?
I just thought, for me, I thought it was a good opportunity just to get a fresh start somewhere new and just help the team any way I can and help this team just build a national championship run. So.
Jordan James, Oakland. Destin Wade, Summit. Keaton Wade, Summit. And now, the 2021 Tennessee Titans Mr. Football for 6A is Destin Wade.
He pushes me, I push him, and it's a great bond that we got.
What's good, y'all? Randy Buffington here. Welcome to Icebreakers. Presented by Farm Bureau, Health Plans of Tennessee.
Hey, it's Keaton Wade. It's Destin Wade, and we're from Spring Hill, Tennessee, and we go to Summit High School. I play quarterback, and I play outside linebacker.
The twins are scary good. When Keaton wasn't cracking heads on defense, he was catching bombs like these from his brother.
You can just cover so much space, you know. It's just a problem to read as a quarterback going against them in practice.
Thankfully, it'll just be practice. They'll wear the same uniforms once again at the University of Kentucky.
I'm glad I get to play with him on the next level for sure.
This past season, they led the team to a third straight state title game. They didn't walk away with the win, but there'll be more of those down the road for sure.
How you doing? I'm Liam Cohen, offensive coordinator, here to talk about quarterback Destin Wade. First clip that we got here, this is Destin running a little bit of a pin and pull lead scheme right here. Just being himself, being the athletic player that he is, total freak, athletically, can stick his foot in the ground, brings a whole nother dynamic of running the football, which is great to have. We know how successful Will Levis was this year, hopefully running the football, and Destin continue to do those things for us. Run the football is a great intangible to have for the quarterback position. This is what we're really looking for, though. You see Destin do a great job right here, holding the post safety with his eyes, knowing that he's throwing the one-on-one down here to his buddy, catching the go ball in stride. That's exactly what we're looking for from a standpoint of the quarterback's footwork. 1, 2, 3, slight hitch, letting that thing get up and down, catching the ball right over his shoulder. That's a big-time throw and catch. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, setting a little bit of motion to 3-by-1, taking a nice smooth drop. You see him drop the wheel route right here in the bucket. They're running a little double post wheel concept. This is a great throw, shows unbelievable touch. This is exactly what Destin has shown when he came to camp this summer. Did some really good things throwing the football, but you see him take a nice smooth drop, letting the wheel route develop, probably taking a peek at one of those post throws, and then you see him drop this thing right in the bucket over the shoulder, big time throw and catch. Another great example of Destin using his legs here. A little bit of a power read concept, something that we've utilized throughout the season, and then just him being him. I mean, this is what you see every single game when you turn the film on of Destin Wade. It's him making people miss, competing his tail off to the very end, leader, all the little things that you look for from a quarterback standpoint. This is what we're looking for. And then again, similar to that double post wheel concept we just saw a minute ago, now he's alerting one of those posts, protecting his receiver with the throw. Some people might say that that's a behind throw. That's not. He's protecting his receiver with this throw, making sure that he doesn't run him into the post safety, putting it just on his back shoulder for the kid to make a play. Does a great job, great throw and catch, really protecting his buddy with that play. And Destin's a guy that the intangibles, all the little things you look for in a quarterback, he brings to the table. Leadership, type of caliber person that he is, student, all the things that we want and look for from a quarterback standpoint off the field and on the field is what Destin Wade brings to Kentucky football.
Yeah, and how have the first few weeks, months been in Lexington so far?
It's been great. I think it's a good fit for me. They've taken me like family, put me under their wing. Like QBs like Will, yeah, when Bo was here. Deuce, Kaya, they just helped me a lot adjusting wise with the playbook and stuff. So I like it a lot here.
Yeah, getting to learn under a guy like Will Levis. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing out of him that you can try and emulate?
Yeah, I see a lot. He's helped me with a lot. Just how he takes the game so serious and how bad he wants to win, and just all the details with it too. Reading defenses, the progressions too, offensive wise, and just that basically. I've learned a lot from him, just footwork, and just being a better leader too. So he's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
He still has a couple more years to enhance his game at quarterback. He'll get better under Liam Cohen, but you see that one right there. Nice anticipation, guy in his face, and perfectly plays football.
To 28. Levis, here's a swing and a lateral to Smoke on the edge. And Cavassier Smoke got about 8 yards before he's run out of bounds. Trying to get back in this game with good field position. Levis off the plate fake, fires and into some traffic, and he threw a dart to DeMarcus Harris.
Yes, he...
Levis going to try to run for it, and he's got it. Clay Walker will bring him down, but he picked up the first down, needed 5, got about 8.
Are you guys roommates, or did you kind of set out to break that up a little bit?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we dorm together. We're roommates, so we're just chilling with each other.
Yeah. Did you share a room growing up? Or do you have your own rooms now? You're in the same room.
For a little bit, but then we moved, and then 5th grade, and then we basically had separate rooms. Yeah, but still close.
What's it like being back in the same room again?
I mean, it's cool. He's a little dirty sometimes, but he just pick up his clothes a little bit. But I like it. I like living with him. Just he'll take care of himself too, and just clean up everything. So it's good. Yeah, it's like having a built-in best friend with you. So it's fun, like play Madden or whatever, do some activities outside of the dorm. So it's pretty good.
I was watching a show where one of the characters said twins are nature's weirdos, and I'm married to a twin, so she gets a kick out of that. What's the weirdest thing about your twin?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. That was a good question. What was one weird thing? You said one weird thing about.
Yeah, is there something that makes you think this? I know this is my twin, but this part of him can't be my twin.
This is. Sometimes you need to speak up, and I can't hear him, and he just ignores me, and I'm like, yeah, maybe a little bit. And then maybe a weird part would be like, I guess like different things that we don't
I guess like
he likes
we like,
mustard. I don't like
yeah,
it.
like different things we like and stuff. It's like, I'm like, why would you like that or something? Why would you do that way? Like.
In 2022, Destin's first year at Kentucky, he redshirted. That year, he made his starting debut versus Iowa in the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl on December 31st, 2022. For the 2023 season, the Kentucky Wildcats brought in NC State quarterback Devin Leary from the transfer portal. Devin had 1 year of eligibility remaining.
Today from Kentucky football, quarterback Will Levis has announced he will not be playing in UK's bowl game. The announcement was made on Twitter. Levis wrote that he will forego the final college football game and declare for the NFL draft. He thanked his teammates, UK staff, and Big Blue Nation for his time at Kentucky. Levis threw 19 touchdowns and over 2,000 yards during his final season.
Destin Wade is looking pretty good. He got an opportunity. All three quarterbacks, but Destin stood out to me today. And, we still got them young, talented receivers. We got talented young tight ends. Tom McClain is looking good with his chance to be the starting running back. And the O-line, as you keep going, you gel more and more. So I like what I'm seeing out there. So it'll be interesting. Let's see. We said 3 weeks, so we still got time, right?
Vince, from a recruiting standpoint, does it make a difference if Destin and Barryon and Keaton and those guys play in Nashville because that's become such a more important kind of territory for you all?
That's a good question, but they actually earned it. They're actually good players. I mean, Destin really started coming on probably the last 4 weeks of the regular season, and then Barryon and the other Wade. I mean, he's played a lot this year. I mean, it is a message because we recruit Tennessee very well, and I know a lot of the guys want to go play well in front of a lot of family. I know they got a lot of people there.
I hope all you guys had a good holiday. Things have been going well here. Good practices. It's nice to warm up a bit and get outside today, and guys are in good spirits and things are going well. Fire away.
Ask you about a couple of the local kids from here in Nashville and how they've contributed this year. I mean, Barryon, we've seen him on TV. How's he been?
Barryon is just excellent. I mean, him and of course the Wades. There's just great young men. Barryon's had a monster season, and Keaton has really done a good job and played a lot for us. And hopefully we'll see D Wade in this game. So we'll see what happens. But they're great young men, and they're great fits for us, and we're really glad we have them. And of course, Barryon's had a monster year for a true freshman.
How's Destin picked up the offense you mentioned over the season?
Destin's doing a really good job. We just think, what the nice thing is, he puts his head down and goes to work, and he's getting better. And that's what it's all a lot of kids need to learn from that. You just go to work every day, and no matter what the snaps are, just get better. And he's done that. Destin's done a really good job. Iowa's good in a lot of ways. I mean, they very much understand themselves, and they understand each call and what the strength and the weakness is, and where they may be getting attacked in that particular defense. I think their football IQ is extremely high, which, as a defensive guy and a defensive coordinator for a long time, I have great respect for that and what they do and how hard they play. I mean, they play extremely hard, very physical, very well coached, and I like that. I love the way they play. I think it's a very good unit, and they play very hard.
Doesn't matter who starts the game. Fans wonder who starts the game at quarterback. Does that say anything? Or
Pardon me?
Doesn't matter who starts the game at quarterback. Is that really something that you're looking at?
I mean, I think it matters. I think it matters to all of them. These young men work extremely hard for a good portion of their life, and they put a lot into it, and I recognize that and I understand that. And and I respect all of our players and how hard they've worked to get to this point. Ultimately, we're trying to win the game. So we're going to put the quarterback in there that gives us the best opportunity to win the game. Okay, thank you all.
Good. Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks so much for joining us from Big Blue Nation's second favorite city.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, we're going to be back here in March for basketball, right? And so that's what we're all used to. But for this time, first time since 2017, Kentucky football is invading this city. As a matter of fact, I'm at Centennial Park right now. You see the Parthenon behind me, but just over there is Vanderbilt, and that was where Kentucky went indoors today to practice. Felt very familiar because I was here in 2017 when the Wildcats were getting ready for Northwestern. By the way, the last loss the Wildcats had in a bowl game, so we don't want to see that happen again here in the Music City. The big takeaway from the limited amount of practice that we were able to see, only about a half hour long, was that freshman Destin Wade appears to be taking reps with the first team. Yeah, the quarterback hasn't taken a snap all season. When Will Levis got hurt, remember, it was Kaya Sharon who got the nod, but we kept hearing some really good things about Destin Wade the second half of the season, and it looks like the coaching staff might be ready to see what he can do in game action.
Recruits, this program is here to stay.
There's a reason his name is always rumored with open vacancies, but he is happy in Lexington. As for the quarterback, we know Will Levis is opted out. We know highly coveted Devin Leary is on his way in. Neither of those quarterbacks will play today. As for who will start at quarterback for the Wildcats, we checked in with him.
Happy New Year. It is a local product. Destin Wade, he's from here in Nashville. He told me he's incredibly excited for the opportunity just to play football today in this bowl game, but the fact that he's able to do it at home here in Nashville is a massive deal to him. I asked him how many of his friends and family would be here. He told me he's expecting up to at least 100 people to be in the stands with him, supporting him for this game. When I talked to him about his preparation, he told me he's more excited than nervous. He said those nervous feelings are going to go away when the game starts. He said football's football. This is going to be a game he's going to try to have fun. It's something that Will Levis has told him in the weeks leading up to this game. Even with the preparation, helping him get ready to communicate and call plays. He says just go out there and have fun. And when I spoke with Barry and Brown, who's also from Nashville, he's actually known Destin Wade since he was a sophomore in high school. He said their chemistry is great. And when I told him, hey, what do you expect out of him? He said, hey, this is a guy that's going to put on a show. There's no better time to do it than today.
Yeah, and you know, Harry, one of the special parts about bowl games now in this day and age in college football, the young guys are going to get an opportunity to show what they have. Destin Wade, one of those, a freshman, along with other freshmen that are going to be playing. Look, the brothers back in the day, both Keaton and Destin Wade, we saw a bunch of Pop Warner players run out of the field prior to the game, Lewis. The Wade brothers were one of those back in the day in 2015 when they were here for the Music City.
I mean, how cool is that? And I can just tell you this, both of them have grown a little bit since 2015. Destin Wade is as good looking as it gets at the quarterback position. Stands about 6'3", about 220 pounds. Just remember this. This guy ran for 2,300 yards and 30 touchdowns. 2,300 rushing yards and 30 touchdowns last year as a senior in high school. I think we'll expect him to run the ball today.
Listen, I know what they're saying about the point total. We expect fun either way. You're watching the Ram Trucks kickoff the TransPerfect Music City Bowl coming up next from Nashville. Holiday season. We'll try to get you out of here on a good note. The TransPerfect Music City Bowl, Kentucky and Iowa. We just mentioned a second ago, young Destin Wade getting his first career start for the Kentucky Wildcats. And Lewis, the same is going to go for Joe Labus, who is going to get the start for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Spencer Petras injured. He will not play today. Alex Padilla, he's in the transfer portal. Cade McNamara is on his way in, but it's going to be the young man Labus who gets the start for the Hawkeyes.
Dual threat quarterback is the phrase of the day, because that's what both of these guys are. And look, Joe Labus, he will tell you himself, what's the number one thing, if you ask him, what's the number one thing you do best? He says it's extend plays. It's the off-schedule plays. I can make things happen when there's nothing there, when the structure of the play breaks down. They need that at Iowa. They need a playmaker. They need someone else to go along with running back Caleb Johnson, to go along with tight end Sam Laporta. I'm excited for Joe Labus. He has nothing to lose and everything to gain today. I hope he just lets it all hang out today.
Very similar story. I mentioned a second ago, Devin Leary on his way in for Kentucky, Cade McNamara on his way in from Michigan to Iowa. So both of these young quarterbacks, an opportunity today in the bowl game. Iowa won the toss. They elected to defer. The kick goes into the end zone. And that's where we'll get Kentucky's offense first out. We'll get a good look at Destin Wade early, the true freshman from right here in Nashville, getting the start in front of his friends and family.
Again, this young man, he is a phenom. When you watch his high school tape, I mean, obviously he's playing against kids that aren't playing at FBS college football schools, but I will tell you this guy can run, he can throw it, he has a nice deep ball. It's just a matter of getting him comfortable right now, and one of the quickest ways to get him comfortable is to put the ball in his hands and let him do what he does best.
A lot of young freshman talent for Kentucky. Barry and Brown, Dane Key, against that staunch Iowa defense. Wade, quick throw to the outside. Tavian Robinson early on, and Tavian does a nice job. And Lewis, there's an example. High percentage pass, get your young quarterback in a little bit of the rhythm.
Yeah, just get the completion. Let's see the ball go through the net, so to speak, and using the basketball terminology, and just get him comfortable.
So gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Play fake to Wade. Keeps his eyes down the left side over the middle. That's a good catch by Dane Key, one of those true freshmen I had talked about, and that's going to be a first down for Kentucky, gain of 15.
You know, the coaching staff said he had developed a nice rapport with this young wide receiver core, Dane Key being one of them. Dane is more the possession contested catch guy. Barry and Brown, number 2, who you'll also see. He's a guy who's got blazing speed, led the team in receptions and yardage. That's a nice start for young Destin Wade.
You'll see Jatan McClain in the backfield. Chris Rodriguez and Cavassier Smoke, both opt-outs. That's Berrien Brown, the young Nashville native that Harry talked about. A good job by the Hawkeyes defense to get to him right away. And a loss of 3, John Wagoner on the tackle.
Yeah, look, this Hawkeye defensive front, they have about 8 guys, 9 guys that they will rotate through here on a regular basis, and you are going to get everything that you earn, not what you get cheaply with this defense. They do not give up big plays on a regular basis, very fundamentally sound, and they will be up against it, the Kentucky offensive line, blocking this front today.
Just giving up 277 yards per game. And a lot of these stars who could have opted out are here, and that's a tipped pass by Sebastian Castro, and a good job by the safety to read the throw, bat it down, bring it up 3rd and 13.
Here you're going to see defensive coordinator Phil Parker just decides to dial up a little bit of pressure, bringing Castro off the edge. And you can see Castro is one of those guys who will play back deep, can play the strong safety position, can play down in the box. They can move him all over the place. You see him now, they're in sub-defense. He plays what they call the star position, the nickel position. Blitzer, tackler, cover, he can do a little bit of everything. Just like the rest of the guys in this Iowa defense.
Early 3rd and long for the true freshman quarterback. Wade pressured, able to get away from it, but not for long. And Iowa's defense is going to force an early punt after a gain of 3. Seth Benson led the way, and that's exactly how Iowa wanted to start this game.
Yeah, you're just going to see pressure on the inside. You're going to see here Seth Benson. They're going to try and get some pressure right up the gut. You see Jack Campbell coming as well on a little bit of what you would call a cross stunt, and just try and make it uncomfortable for the young freshman as far as his sight lines and make him panic and pull the ball down. That's typical Iowa defense right there. Real good 3rd down execution.
Great day of college football we have for you getting started here in Nashville. So 1st down and 10, ball at the 33, 2nd possession for Wade in Kentucky. Good job out of the pocket for Wade. It's Berrien Brown, the other true freshman and Nashville native. Gain of 6, brought down by DeJean.
Well, that's what these young quarterbacks like to do. They like to move. They like to get out on the run. And really what it does, it puts fear in defenses when you see a great athlete out on the perimeter that's a dual threat like that. The more you can get them on the move, the better, especially against this Iowa defense that is just so fundamentally sound.
What did Coach Stoops tell us about Wade? He said the team responded to him. A lot of time when you've got to choose a quarterback, the team typically will choose it for you and a run up the gut. That was McClain on the carry and a gain of 2. And so with the bowl practices, Kaya Sharon, the other Kentucky quarterback, he's seen time, but it was Wade who won the job because of his ability to freelance and make this offense go.
Yeah, look, I mean, the coaches are very much so in tune to how the rest of the team responds to their leader, that being the quarterback. And this team responds to Destin Wade, and you're right, just as you just alluded to. He has that extra factor. And this is where this extra factor comes into play on these 3rd and short type of situations, because if it's not there for him, use your athletic ability to pick up the 1st down.
Wade to throw, looks over the middle, gets just enough for the 1st down. That caught by Key. And a gain of 4.
Just a nice job of Dane Key finding the soft spot in zone coverage, and Destin Wade putting it on him. Does Destin Wade look like somebody who's making his first career start? Does he look like somebody who's going up against the 6th best defense in college football in terms of points per game allowed? No, he does not.
I'll take it one step forward. Scott Woodward calling ball plays today for Kentucky, because Rich Scangarella was relieved of his duties after one season as offensive coordinator. There's a lot of newness with this team today. Going to take a shot. Has Brown, and a great job in coverage by Sebastian Castro to get his hand up there and knock away the good throw by Wade.
Well, they've got it dialed up. They know exactly what they want to do with him. They haven't turned him loose as a runner yet, but this young man is looking good so far.
Wade, the keeper, that's his ability. They could do that with him. And Lewis, I think that's kind of the wrinkle, and this goes for both quarterbacks. These young freshmen, more mobile than the veteran starters that they've taken over for.
Yeah, it just adds juice. We talk about it at the college level, at the pro level, about how much more difficult it makes it for defenses when your quarterback is a threat, when you have to defend all 11 in the run game. how the numbers then kind of add up in your favor offensively. Destin Wade brings that. No discredit to Will Levis, but this guy's a different type of player, and I think we're going to see the benefits of it as this game goes on.
3rd and 3. Wade to fake it. Iowa's stingy defense is there. Seth Benson, the first man.
That's a great job by Iowa's defense of playing sound, fundamental defense. You see they have someone to account for the dive. They have someone, the linebackers flowing over the top. They set the edge. You see Jack Campbell scraping over the top. This is a defense, look, again, you're going to earn everything you get with them.
Let's talk about that Kentucky quarterback play in this game. Destin Wade, the true freshman, getting his first career snaps against one of the best defenses in the entire country. That's no easy task. He finished his day completing 16 of his 30 passes for 98 yards in the air. He rushed 16 times for a net of 29 yards, but he also threw those 2 interceptions, both of which resulted in pick sixes for the Hawkeyes. And in a defensive slugfest like this one, those extra points made all the difference. We heard from Wade post-game, and he said the things he'd like to work on are overall better decision-making, better accuracy, and ball placement.
Some things that I felt like I did well was escape the pocket and try to find a play downfield. I felt like I did a good job executing in and out of the huddle, making sure my guys are lined up and just reading the coverages and seeing if it's like man or zone.
I saw a young man that has a bright future, and you know, Destin was put in a tough situation today. So there'll be a lot of armchair quarterbacks that sit back and want to critique this guy. But I tell you right now, let him go back there and play against that defense and see how easy that is. We needed to play very well around them. We talked about it all week. That you know, it's not just on the quarterback or any one player. We need to do some good things around them, and I think in there are certain areas where we fell short.
Of course, the Cats have Devin Leary coming in next season, the quarterback transfer from NC State. Coach Stoops talked post-game about how nothing is given, everything has to be earned. Certainly we expect Leary to get the start next season, but we've seen it just about every season. You need a reliable backup. So good to get Wade those reps for that reason, and good to see him, again, in a pressure situation against a good defense.
For the 2023 season, redshirt freshman Destin Wade practiced with the team and did not appear in any games. Also in the quarterback room was Deuce Hogan, a transfer from Iowa who joined the Wildcats in January 2022, and Kaya Sheeran, who served as Devin Leary's backup during the 2023 season, appearing in 5 games. On December 4, 2023, Georgia backup quarterback Brock Vandagriff announced he was entering the transfer portal as a grad transfer. That same day, it was reported that Destin Wade had entered the portal. The next day, Kaya Sheeran announced his transfer. On December 6th, Brock Vandagriff announced he committed to Kentucky. At the end of December, Deuce Hogan also entered the transfer portal.
Yeah.